Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Monday's Bob and Barry Live Preview Show. This is March 21st, 2022. Been a busy week so far. Say hello to my co-host over here, Mr. Barry Cummins.
Hey, everybody. Glad to be with you. Hoping you're having a wonderful Monday, and good to see you, Bob. Hope y'all are going to be safe from all that weather tonight, man. Be safe, brother.
Yeah, they've upgraded us from a 2 out of 5 to a 3 out of 5 on the Torcon, and calling for large hail, high winds, and possible spin-up tornadoes. So we'll be watching the weather close tonight, this evening, and listening for the weather alert radar to go off, which we have. You can hear throughout the house when that thing goes off. It'll wake you up from a dead sleep.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah.
Randy.
Hey, Randall. Good to see you today. Glad you're with us.
So how's things over in Alabama?
That's going well, man. Just an absolutely gorgeous day. Probably late tomorrow night's when we're going to be getting that stuff y'all are getting. So hopefully it'll lose a little punch by the time it gets here.
Well, in the deep south, you can never tell. A lot of times that Gulf moisture kicks in even heavier once it gets through Louisiana and headed through Mississippi and headed over your way and up through the Tennessee Valley. So hopefully everything will be good. Hi, Bruce. Good to see you today, brother.
Good to see you.
Says it's snowing where he's at. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I guess
enjoy that snow.
Yeah. I seen it was snowing in the eastern slopes of the Rockies today, all the way down into around the Santa Fe, New Mexico area. So Mother Nature and winter is not over yet for some.
That's right. And I bet you before it's over with, we'll probably get another little touch of it.
We always get that last cold front. It seems like right around the Easter time. Of course, Easter varies on the calendar, but it's funny how that always seems to be that last little, brush of winter that we may have, or before spring sets in for good. So we'll see. We've already planted some plants, some peppers and tomatoes, and some tropical plants and things. So hopefully not do. We'll have to get out there and cover them up. So Randy says he just bought some charcoal for the grill tonight. Yeah, hey, that's something here in the South we do year round, Randy. Even if it's cold or if it's damp out, we still grill at least once a week on the grill. A number of years ago, I said, I've been grilling my whole life. I'm turning it over to Angela, and she does all the grilling now and has become quite the grill master. And so she loves to cook out no matter what the weather is. I'm a fair weather cooker myself.
All I got to say, Randall, is what are you cooking and what time do we eat?
Exactly.
Hey, Ben.
Well, got to tell you, hey, Ben, how are you? I was just expecting to mention it's going to be a busy week this week. Gordon Bailey is on his way. He stopped for lunch today in St. Roberts, Missouri, which is east of the Springfield area. He stayed with Daisy May and at their house last night, not in the house, but there in their driveway. He camps out in his van. He would rather sleep in his van most of the time than get a hotel room if he can. He's got it decked out in the back, got it very comfortable, and he likes doing that. So anyway, he stayed there in their driveway last night, headed out this morning, and headed on across to Ohio. So we have the Bob Santa and the Business Being Santa class this weekend that Ben Bellhorn helped spearhead up there in Ohio. That's Lipopolis. If I'm saying that correct, I'm not real sure. But anyway, and then I and Chrissy Kovic, our resident Mrs. Claus and seamstress, have our class the same weekend coming up this weekend in Garland, Texas at the Bass Pro Shop Holiday Inn Express. And then, of course, this last weekend, the weekend we just now got through, the Lone Star Santas had their annual roundup. Looks like they had around 150 people or so, a whole bunch of vendors, and everybody had a great time down there. We didn't make it this year. We got too much going on right now. Couldn't break away to get down there, but they bounce around between Houston area to North Texas, around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then into the Austin-San Antonio area. So they're coming back to Dallas next year. This one I'll have to definitely make next year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being in both those classes via Zoom technology. Pretty excited about that.
Yes. And Randy, I need to get with you again this afternoon, brother. I hate to keep bothering you, but it's one more question I have so that we can get that Zoom set up, make sure we're good to go there. So I'll be hollering at you here in a bit. Hey, Bruce says he'll send us down some moose. That would be wonderful.
Never had moose before.
I haven't either. I guess it's like, deer meat or anything else. Depends on how you cook it, whether or not it has that gamey taste, or what your final results is how you prepare it, season it, and cook it. So Randy says salmon. Okay, thanks, Randy. All right, well, heck, let's get into our show for tomorrow night, man. Tell us who our guest is and a little bit about our guest.
It's going to be a great show tomorrow night. We're excited to have Santa Jeff McMullen, or Santa Mac as he's known. He's a professional circus clown. Been to the Clown University at the Barnum & Bailey Circus. Pretty excited to hear about that, and his years of traveling the world, not only as a clown, but as Santa, and hear about his Kringle University that he has. I know he does a lot of magic tricks, and it's pretty cool. We've had him in our classes Zoom in before and share a few of those. So looking forward to tomorrow night's show. He's going to be a great guest to have.
Yes, and for Bruce Templeton, he is going to do several of his Santa tricks, sleight of hand. He'll perform it. Then he'll go back and show how he does that performance and how he makes the props that he uses. So if you're interested in that, everyone, please check in tomorrow. Hey, Bob and Beth over there in Halton, Louisiana. How are you today? You guys better buckle down because you got some bad weather headed that way when it leaves here tonight. So be sure and have your weather radio on.
And just keep old Jeff in your prayers too, because he's going to be facing neck surgery here in a few weeks, and I've had that before, and that's not a fun experience.
Yeah, he's suffered with his neck here for some time, especially this year. It's gotten worse, and so he's finally going to go ahead and go in and have them try to correct that for him. Now, tomorrow night before we close the show out, we will say a prayer for Jeff online. So
Absolutely.
If you guys want to stick around for that, it'll be right at the end of the show before we cut loose. And we think that'll at least help set his mind to ease a little bit, knowing that we prayed for him.
After Jeff, we got Miss Sherry Heath coming up on March 29th. On April 5th, we got Santa D. Sinclair. And on April the 12th, we got Cam Brittenbach. So she's a Mrs. Claus. Looking forward to having all those on there. So all you Mrs. Claus out there, don't lose patience, will you? We got 2 good ones coming up for you.
Yeah, and Sherry will be able to share some of her sewing tips with us on the show, and then of course talk about the Santa family gathering that takes place in Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge every other year. We've got that coming up in 2023, so she's in charge of that, and we'll get some more information on that and be able to answer any questions that you may have about the gathering coming up.
Absolutely. Going to be great shows, great guests coming up. And we appreciate Santa Larry Jefferson for being with us last week. That was a good show.
We have really been blessed. We really have had great guests. Even going back to last year, had excellent guests on. I think, each week we learn a little tidbit, sometimes more than others. But that's the thing about this show is we want to try to get as many people exposed, learn how they do things if they want to share those things. And it's been a good ride so far. Hey, Adam, how are you today, my friend?
Hey, if anybody notices my background's cut down just a little bit, I got me a new toy this week. I got me a new iMac that I'm doing the show with. So I'm loving it so far. I've just learned how to use it.
Went out and pulled the plug on a big Mac. 27-inch, you said?
It's 24.
24-inch monitor. Now you can see Bob better now.
You got something hanging right there, Bob.
Yeah, no, probably. I tell you have to clip your fingernails and your toenails and your nose hair and your ear hair weekly when you take biotin. Wife told me that yesterday. We was out in the backyard working on that fence that we've been working, a little bit here, a little bit there because of the weather. We haven't had as much good opportunity to do that, and our schedule. But she looked up at me and she said, "Dear, you need to cut your nose hair before the school this weekend."
Yeah, children, they look when they look up at you and everything, they see all that. So that's a great tip. Whether you think you need it trimmed or not, trim it. Double check it before you go do a visit.
Yeah, Yeah, I have that same problem when I stand. I'm 5'10", so when I stand next to somebody that's 6'4" or 6'6", and you're looking up at them, you kind of get that children's perspective there. See what a child sees when they're looking at you. Well, I got to tell you, man, it is so humid here today. You could cut it with a knife.
I bet. Hey, well, let's go ahead and knock this trivia question out, courtesy of
Let's do that real quick.
SantaCloset.org.
Go ahead, Barry.
All right, Evangeline, you'll put that up there. In the movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, who helped Rudolph after he left the North Pole? In the movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, who helped Rudolph after he left the North Pole?
That's correct. And of course, the answer, we'll play the promo. Uh-oh, hear that?
Weather alert.
Weather alert, first one of the day. But we'll play the promo here for Tom in just a moment. But
this is what you're going to get for winning the trivia question. Very heavy, nice brass Santa key.
If you have paid any attention, Santa Scott Parker put up a post in a couple of different groups, and I think he also posted it here on the Sat Bob's Live of the package that Tom actually sends out with that key. Amazing. It's a box full of stuff.
Yeah, that's goodies.
It's really cool. Has all kinds of neat stuff in there. If you go over and find Scott Parker's post and check that stuff out.
Yeah, and we'll give you a question. It's not just one person.
That's correct. It's two, Ben. It's two.
Is he eligible? I don't have my sheet with me.
I will
think
tell
he
you.
did win recently. I'm not sure.
Let's see here.
Yeah, and what they're talking about, we hold it every 30 days. If you win, you have to wait until you're eligible to win again. Because there for a while, it was the Scott Parker Invitational there on all the trivia questions. So.
Excuse me while I step away for a minute. Walk over here to
Ben said he won Tuesday night show.
Is this mine?
I don't know.
But anyway, in the movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, who helped Rudolph after he left the North Pole looking for two names?
Yeah, he can play because that was the Tuesday night show, so he can play the Monday show.
Ben, you are eligible for the Monday show. Remember, the Monday show, you're eligible. And once you went on the Monday show, then you're put in a 30-day stand in the corner timeout. And then you're also eligible on Tuesday, separate from the Monday. So you're eligible for the Monday. Go for it, brother.
Okay, I'm going to play our promo.
All right. We thank you, Tom Cornelius and SantaCloset.org for sponsoring this trivia question each Monday during the Bob and Barry live show. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Tom. Let's see here.
Yeah, we got some right answers coming in.
Okay. Looks like Ben has put them both in there in separate comments, but he does have both of them listed there.
Yep. The answer we was looking for is Hermie and Yukon Cornelius.
That's correct. Okay, so on Tuesday night, Ben, last Tuesday night's trivia winner, which was episode 10, March 15th, Sleigh Driver Apparel question was in 1934 movie Babes in Toyland. What famous comedy team had roles as bumbling helpers in Santa's workshop? And that was Laurel and Hardy, and Ben, you won it. So now you're ineligible for both shows for 30 days.
Congratulations and congratulations.
Congratulations. And then on the Stuff for Santa trivia question, in the movie Bad Santas, what was the actor's real name? that plays Santa's extremely temperamental elf named Marcus. That was Tony Cox, and Santa David Brown won that one. And you guys be patient with getting your gifts out to you, because I know Spangle's been on the road. He was down in College Station this weekend with the Lone Star Santas. He's now up here in North Texas with me. He's over at the Holiday Inn Express, where we'll have the class this weekend. He'll be there all week long. And Daisy May doesn't get a chance to ship that stuff out because she works long hours at her regular job also. So it may take a little bit to get Spangles out there. Derek's pretty good about getting them out within 24 to 48 hours. So, but anyway, if you want a trivia recently from Spangle, kind of hang tight. We'll get it out to you. I've got the complete list running, so we're not going to forget anybody. Hey, Ron, how are you, man?
Glad to have all y'all with us. And those of you joining us late tomorrow night, we're going to have Santa Jeff McMullen, or Santa Mac, with us. Share his story from times as a clown and as a professional Santa and a magician. He's going to do a few magic tricks for us, so that's going to be exciting to have him on the show tomorrow night.
You know, he did the magic portion for us in Oklahoma City this last year at Sat Bob's 3-day advanced class that we had there, and I was very, very impressed with not only his skills, which he'll tell the story tomorrow night about how he got started at such a young age and how he worked his way into where he's at, but the one thing that stands out most about Jeff is how humble that young man is. He is so humble, never toots his own horn. He will tomorrow night, because we had to, coerce him to come in and tell his story. And we want others to be able to know all about Jeff and all the great accomplishments that he has had throughout the years.
He does a good job, especially when we had him zoom into our class out in Oklahoma City last year, and did a great job with that.
Oh, yeah, you could have heard a pin drop. Everybody was captivated by his presentation and his sleight of hand tricks. I mean, when he showed them to you, you see it and you wonder, well, how did he do that? And then when he goes back and shows you how he done it, it's so simple. But that's how magicians are. I mean, their sleight of hand and their magic tricks are, once you know how, they're not quite as complicated as they seem in the beginning.
I could have demonstrated how you made a Bacon King Whopper disappear earlier.
Is that what you had for lunch?
It was in about 10 bites.
I had a bologna sandwich.
Nothing wrong with poor man steak there.
Now, Mondays, with the show and all, it's kind of easy just to grab a quick sandwich, not worry about getting anything that's going to mess up the kitchen too much or cost too much time. So, hey, and I love me a bologna sandwich.
Oh yeah, they're good. Fried it. I like a little burn on there, man. Good.
Oh yeah, it's not done until it's got the char on it. And now this is an old McMaster's tradition that started by my grandmother, as far as I know, my dad's mother. But she would take potatoes and cut them up in silver dollar, in rings. A good 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch thick. Saute some onions, throw those taters in, and fry them up, and have fried bologna, fried tater sandwiches. And of course, with your favorite condiment. For us here in the South, most of the time it's mayonnaise or Miracle Whip. But that's something we do periodically too. Not bad at all. If you haven't had a fried potato and a fried bologna sandwich, try it. You'll be amazed at how well it is, how good it goes together. Hey, Scott Martin, looking forward to seeing you and Chrissy this weekend. Hope you guys had a good weekend down at the Lone Star Roundup. Hope everything was good for you guys. The fire alarm got set off there at the hotel this weekend, and Spangle done a little quick video from the parking garage. Everybody out in the parking garage because they had to bail out, right? Come to find out somebody was vaping in one of the floors up top, too close to a fire alarm, smoke alarm, and it set it off.
My goodness. Bob, go ahead and tell them about your class there in Garland that's coming up this weekend.
Okay. It's a 2-day class. It'll be from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. 12 o'clock, we'll take lunch. We come back from lunch at 1, which will be 2 Eastern. At that point, Randall Checker Lee and Roger Minton and Michael Howell will do a Zoom presentation that they're going to Zoom over to our class. So we'll be simulcasting in 2 states at the same time. Their presentation total will take just over an hour. And then we'll get back into our curriculum. Chrissy and I have laid out our outline. We've switched some things up for anybody who has been to our classes in the past. We're upgrading, changing. Some things get outdated, so we try to stay current with stuff. So we've made quite a few changes this go round. We do have 3 brand new couples that are just really getting started. So I take that they will probably, we'll still give the standard curriculum to start the day out and get those folks up to par. The Sunday, we will do the same schedule where we start at 9. We'll take lunch at 12, come back at 1 our time, which will be 2 Eastern in Ohio. And Barry and Chrissy will do her Mrs. Claus portion of the class. It's a abbreviated presentation that she'll do separate from her regular Mrs. Claus teaching during the class. And then Barry will come in with his reindeer and sleigh flight via Zoom. And again, we'll be simulcasting over to their Ohio class, 2 states at one time.
If somebody wants to join that class, how can they get in touch with you to do that, Bob?
SATBOBS at satbobsschool@yahoo.com, or holler at me in a PM on Facebook. $375 for single Santa or single Mrs. Claus. If you bring your partner with you, for the couple, $500, you get 1 set of 4 books and various handouts, and of course a year's worth of mentoring from any of the instructors that we have. So say you got a question that's fresh on your mind and you try to contact me and I'm out of pocket, contact Barry, and if he can't answer it, he'll get you an answer. Same for me. With the total amount of folks, and this was before we've added our latest instructor, which we haven't really announced to the public yet, but Santa Chuck Moore will be our Northern Tier instructor starting after this weekend. He's going to also be doing a presentation at the Ohio class to kind of help initiate himself into the school. Him and Gordon's been working together for several years, and he's well qualified to take on the road. But I mean, when you stop and look at the years of experience between all of us, it's over 150 years easy. I'm not real sure with Chuck's added in there, but if one of us can't get you an answer, doggone, we'll get you one, because we've got plenty of people to back us up and go and pick the brains up.
Absolutely. And we got a Sat Bob's class coming up in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, May 14th and 15th. Host hotel is the Holiday Inn Express there in Mount Juliet. Number there is 615-553-5200, and ask for Courtney. We're going to have Jim Enos with the Reindeer Retreat. Mr. Bruce Templeton will be joining us. He's a 2014 Santa Claus Hall of Famer. Michael Howell, he's going to be there speaking on virtual visits via Zoom, and Derek Dugan also. So that's going to be an exciting class.
Yes, it will. And Ben, we are planning on doing that. It's something in the logistics that we're still trying to get our head wrapped around. This afternoon, Barry and I are going to work, make sure that with his new computer that he's able to do the Zoom that we plan on for him. Make sure that I can receive it on my end, and we'll look at going ahead and maybe do a test recording at that time and make sure that we can get it. But that's our plan at this time. And I had an offer day before yesterday from another gentleman that wants to come and do about a 30-minute presentation on home visits. I'm going to contact him this afternoon and make sure he's still up for that. If so, we'll be adding that to our end, our portion live. He'll be in person there at the school this weekend. And I won't announce that till I'm absolutely sure, but that's the plan. We got so much going on, man. Make your head spin sometimes.
Yeah, we do. We've been busy. We've been working very hard to try to give you the best we can for instruction and knowledge, and help you learn free stuff when we can.
Oh yeah, and between the 2 shows, and then trying to put these classes together, including the Tennessee, Mount Juliet, Tennessee class. Did you mention Christmas Place?
I did not mention the Christmas Place. We'll be having a field trip. For those of you that's familiar with the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area, incredible Christmas Place. They have a second location now. It's open in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and we'll be going over there at some time, maybe whether it's to take graduation pictures or maybe just a field trip. So if you come, make sure you bring those suits, and we'll have some nice places to take some pictures.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't have to be your full Santa garb. You can dress workshop, or you can dress Santa casual. It doesn't matter. We don't have any requirements. Just come as you please. But we always like to bring our full suits because it just makes for a great photo opportunity with the full class, and then of course the graduation pictures, the diploma presentation. And I got to tell you, man, my favorite picture of out of all the classes we've done, 2 of them, Oklahoma City this last year, and then the Dixon, Tennessee class. That was so cool. We went outside, found a really nice clump of trees that make for a great background. And that was, we had, close to 40 people, I think, in that picture. So,
yeah, we were blessed with great weather in both those places.
Yeah, blessed with that for sure. And then, of course, again, the highlight of, for me, for the Oklahoma City class was Nick at the reindeer farm up there in Oklahoma City brought 2 of his reindeer, one senior reindeer that performs, a real actor, and then a baby, and his big sleigh, and we was able to do photo ops with our suits on with the reindeer and the sleigh, which was really cool. Hey, Bruce Clemens. Hey, man, take off this next weekend and come to the Garland class. I need you to come in and fill a chair.
Did you say SatBobSchool
Yeah.
at yahoo.com?
Yeah, SatBobSchool at yahoo.com. That's how you can contact us.
All right. Anything else?
What's that?
I said anything else?
Angela just put up the SatBobSchool at yahoo.com website, or not website, but email address. Sorry. All right. You want to tell him one more time? Bruce just dropped in. Tell him who we got this week, tomorrow night's show.
Yeah, we got Santa Jeff McMullen, Santa Mac as he's known. Been a professional clown, had over 6,000 performances. That's a lot of performances to hone your craft. Graduate of the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Clown School, and he's also a magician, and he's going to share a few magic tricks for Santa. And it's going to be a great interview. Super guy. So be with us tomorrow night, as always, at 7 p.m. Central Time in the Sat Bob's Live Facebook group.
That's correct. Now, Jeff also taught as an instructor for the Ringling Brothers in Japan when they put that school over there together. He went over and helped spearhead that thing. So that was another experience that he has that he will talk about. Well, all right. If nobody's got any other questions, comments, we're probably going to cut this thing and get out of here. We've been on 30 minutes. That's what we like to try to hold this show to. Get ready to go put our skid lids on and get ready to hunker down for the storms tonight.
Thank you all for being with us. We appreciate you joining us today. Everybody stay safe wherever you are. Bob, stay safe. Keep that weather alert ready on tonight. It might get just a little rough there.
Sure will. And, of course, Randall, I'll holler at you. Barry, stick with me, and we'll do our test session here in just a moment.
All right.
And remember, Mondays, 3 p.m., the Bob and Barry live preview show. That's what we do. This is what this is all about. Kind of give you a little highlight of the guests that are coming up and the different schools that we may have, different events, current topics. If you are a member of any of the chapters and you want to highlight something that you've done, I know real quick before we go, Barry, the Cotton State Santas got together this last weekend, had their meeting, and that was down in the southern part of Alabama. So if you got something going on, let us know about it. We'll talk about it. We'll highlight it on either this show or maybe throw a plug in for the Tuesday Night Live show and help you guys out with that.
Absolutely.
All right. So until tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time, same Claus channel, same Claus time there, same for this here. We want to thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night. God bless. Stay safe.
God bless you all, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Remember, we do this. Be Claus with care.